Hey guys, we're here to do Ryuk, the Shinigami from Death Note. I'm going to start off by making a mold with monster clay. You see me heating it up here. It took about 10 minutes altogether, and then I was able to work with it, and it was pliable. So I'm just placing the clay on first where I'd like it to go, and blending it in. Now you see me using a sculpting tool to flare out the nostrils. He seems to have very wide and elongated nostrils. And then I'm pretty much done with the nose, blending the edges with some lighter fluid, just to make sure it has a thin edge whenever I cast the mold. Alright, and then as usual, you gotta build a wall around the prosthetic that you have molded, so you have somewhere for the Hydrocal to go against, so it doesn't spill all over the place. Alright, after you've got that wall built, make sure you put some lubricant. I'm using Vaseline. And then I'm going to go ahead and start painting on the Hydrocal because I want to make sure there are no bubbles and I get every part of texture that there is in the nose. And then I'm just going to build it up and let it sit for probably about 2 hours or so. And I'll show you the exact process that I did to make the chin, but I'm not going to explain, so enjoy some Jelly Bean X. Since this cast was so big, it was really hard for me to pull it apart, so I really had to wiggle the crap out of it. But finally, once it became apart, I was able to demold it and get it ready and prepped to actually pour the gelatin. And I'm spraying his face with cooking spray because I didn't have any other release agent. And I've heated up the gelatin that I got from Titanic FX. I'm making sure to pour it in the crevasses because I don't want any thin parts of the prosthetic itself. And then I'm doing a thin layer on the outside and swishing it back and forth. And then I'm just gonna stick this big guy on here. And I probably let it set maybe about 2 or 3 hours because I wanted to make sure that it had enough time. Alright, and now you have a prosthetic. I'm just going to put a thin layer of baby powder over it to make sure that it doesn't stick to anything else on both sides. Be careful when you're pulling your prosthetics out because I've had a tendency to accidentally rip them apart. There is your finished product. So excited to see what this looks like. Alright, so for the shoulder pad feather thingy, I just used felt with an elastic band and hot glued the crap out of everything. Alrighty, as you see, I've got pre-cut out probably about an inch wide felt pieces, and I'm going to individually do layers upon layers upon layers of felt. After I did each layer of felt, I did a layer of feathers, and this went on throughout the entire process that you'll see. Very tedious work, I would say. Wow, that was really long. So after all the feathers that I put on there, I ended up putting a thin layer of felt over them to cover up that they were just hot glued on. Now we have Los Ojos Diablo. The devil eyes? I don't even know if that's the right way to say that. Shinigami eyes, whatever. So, honestly, I couldn't think of any other way to do this but half of a beer pong thing, because I've got plenty of those laying around. So, just painted the pupil red and the outside yellow. When I later applied it, I did a dark black shadow around the eye just to give it some depth, and around the pupil as well. That's going to be it for this video. This was pretty much a sculpting and molding for Ryuk's prosthetic. I will do another tutorial on application day, which is going to be very exciting. Hope you enjoyed it and got some good info. Make sure to comment if you have any questions. Like it, share this video, do all the things. And as always, check you later.